Just now, the internet crashed. What began as innocuous rumors has suddenly exploded into the most startling celebrity scandal of the Chrissy Lampkin's baby twist this year. Furthermore, this isn't simply another hip-hop and love narrative. Relationships are shaken, legacies are destroyed, and even the strongest men are brought to their knees by this type of discovery. Only one thing is being screamed by the fans: the breaking moment of Jim Jones. Everything began with a mysterious post, Chrissy's grin, and an ambiguous caption that was impossible to ignore. Blessings can occasionally appear when you don't anticipate them. Twitter was on fire in a matter of seconds. Was this a reveal of pregnancy? A secret that is not disclosed? The prelude to the most shocking turn never has Harlem witnessed. The disclosures, however, followed. Messages purportedly from Chrissy fans froze as he said, "I didn't plan for this. Jim doesn't know yet." Jim was unaware. The rap artist who supported her over decades of turmoil, marriage proposals, and public outbursts were being caught off guard. "Huh?" an audio clip asked before the internet could even recover its breath. Jim's voice sprang out, rough with rage. "Chrissy, don't toy with me like this. More combustible than any Harlem quarrel, reunion battle, or diss tune is what's happening within those walls right now. This is betrayal, heartache, and survival. Not reality TV anymore. And Jim's cracking today. Jones's world is finally collapsing in front of the globe." Chrissy Lynn's mysterious, shocking revelation. However, underneath the lovely words and hazy Instagram filters is a tempest, so fierce that it poses a threat to eternally shatter one of the most notorious love tales in hip-hop. What fans believed to be merely another ambiguous stance became the spark that sparked the most hazardous rumor mill in Harlem. Chrissy had appeared calm as she went live. Her hands were neatly lying in her lap, and the glass of wine was replaced with sparkling water. She subtly conveyed to the globe that benefits might occasionally appear when you least expect them. Those 11 words drove supporters into a frenzy, but that was it. No names, no explanations, no specifics. In a matter of minutes, TikTok investigators were obtaining previous screenshots, pictures of Chrissy wearing looser attire, and paparazzi pictures in which she was holding a bag. Reddit posts evolved into crime boards that pieced together the facts, but purposefully in front of her stomach. Shock came from what transpired following, not from conjecture. Leaked allegedly from Chrissy's private communications, screenshots appeared on Twitter like a meteor. According to a close acquaintance, the contents were brief but devastating. "I couldn't conceal it long, but I didn't prepare for this." Fans gasped as those 5 words, "Jim doesn't know yet," spread like wildfire. The Harlem capo, Jim Jones, who had fought for Chrissy's affection for more than 10 years, was about to be taken by surprise. The voice note followed, and a 27-second audio recording purportedly captured by a close friend or relative of the couple went viral. Within hours, it was clearly Jim's voice on TikTok, raw, sharp, and bursting with rage. "Chrissy, don't toy with me like this." After everything we've gone through, those words caused the internet to crash. "This is it, people." He sounds broken in Twitter conversations with hundreds of comments. Jim shouldn't be upset by yet another twist. This is the breaking point. Jim had previously been perceived by fans as emotional, but never in this way, never sounding like a man whose whole universe had just been yanked out from under him. Rumor had it that cameras were already rolling when the disaster hit, according to insiders close to Love and hip-hop production. Started. Jim reportedly yelled at producers as he walked off the set, saying, "You knew before I did. This was scripted by you all. Do you find this amusing?" The video, of course, has not yet been released, but the source stated that security had to prevent Jim from immediately addressing a producer. In part, but the treachery went deeper, and another leak emerged. The murmurs alone were enough to ignite fans. Chrissy reportedly said, "He'll never be ready," in a snapshot of a group conversation with 2 of her pals. "I will wait indefinitely for Jim. With or without him, this is taking place." Fans froze. Was Chrissy acknowledging that she had come to her own conclusion? Or worse, was she implying that there was another person in the photo? TikTok investigators didn't waste any time. Fans began to speculate that the text between him and Chrissy was from Jim himself. Demonstrating her dissatisfaction with his constant others maintained that he was someone else totally, a different guy she had confided in, and that he refused to settle down. Prior to Jim, but the mayhem didn't end there. An unidentified user posing as a Harlem insider shared a fuzzy video footage purportedly showing Chrissy sobbing on the phone. "I don't want to lose him, but I'm not sure how to break the news to him." Truth. Although the audio was garbled and the video was unsteady, many insisted it was Chrissy's voice. Was it only the pregnancy, or was there something more sinister that she was concealing? It had to do with the rumors of paternity controversy that fans were already conjecturing. Celebrity replies caused the fire to rage out of control. Scent, who never holds back, posted a meme of Jim looking anxious. "Told y'all this was coming?" was the caption for an old reunion episode. Cardi B sent a mysterious tweet. "If you're not prepared, sometimes a blessing might feel like a curse." Even Remy Ma, who has known Chrissy for a long time, social media went into a frenzy when Jim and she shared prayer emojis on her Instagram story, stoking rumors that she was more knowledgeable than the general public. Supporters took sides. Team Chrissy said she was at last taking charge of her life destiny. Jim's decades-long uncertainty regarding marriage and family is no longer a factor. According to Team Jim, he was deceived, ignored, and blindsided. The comment sections of both Chrissy deserves to be happy, but their accounts became battlefields. This marks the end of dips at love. Jim deserves better. In the meanwhile, production insiders continued to spill more tea, and allegedly Mama Jones herself became involved. Storming into while shooting, Chrissy said, "You playing games with my son's life?" while pointing a finger in her face in the dressing room. "Do you believe that all will be fixed by this baby? Do you believe you can stay hidden forever?" As Mama Jones threatened to reveal the truth if Chrissy didn't come clean, witnesses claimed that Chrissy left the set in tears and refused to return. The fans went crazy. It was never Mama Jones's style to hold the drama had gone nuclear because of her engagement and her use of language. If she truly thought Chrissy was concealing something more than a simple pregnancy. Supporters were aware that the truth would eventually out, and that it would not be pleasant. Late one evening, an unnamed insider tweeted just 3 words, leaving everyone in a state of shock. "There is a test." Just those words, with no explanation or context. The worst was instantly presumed by fans, a DNA test. If that were the case, this wasn't only a twist of pregnancy. This was where Jim Jones's whole world might fall apart. The spark was the tweet that served as the test. It ignited the internet. Fans were demanding answers and dissecting every angle within minutes, analyzing previous interviews and posting theories in the comment sections. Indeed, there was a test. There is just one possible interpretation. Jim Jones was dealing with more than simply a pregnancy complication. The thought that the child could not even be his was weighing heavily on him. The murmurs intensified when an unidentified purported snapshot of an email exchange between Chrissy and a private clinic was posted by a pre-Instagram account. "Results" was written in the subject line. The sender's name was unclear, but the timestamp corresponded to the week Chrissy had stopped talking. Social media. For hours, fans debated, examined information, and zoomed in. Was it authentic? Is it doctored? But there was no denying one thing. There was no chance of a DNA test, no longer only a hearsay. Now it was a full-fledged online inquiry. Next, and then the sound. The controversy descended into complete mayhem as a burner Twitter account shared an audio tape that had been hacked. It was Jim's voice, broken, frantic, and hot. "Chrissy, tell me straight. Avoid making me ask someone else. You would be honest with me if you truly loved me?" The internet went down. Jim wasn't rapping. He wasn't acting. Was a guy falling apart? Heartbroken reactions were sent on Twitter by fans. Jim never sounded like this. The breaking point is here. It's too much for him. Chrissy's silence, however, just made matters worse. She didn't publish anything. Just silence. No confirmations, no denials, no justifications. And amid such quiet, admirers crowded the emptiness with conjecture. Theory videos took up TikTok timelines. A few others swore she had been concealing a connection with someone else, while others were certain the baby was Jim's. one combining old footage of Dipset with snippets of Chrissy with Cameron. Millions of people viewed the events, and the hypotheses were so widespread that even stars jumped in. "I told y'all this whole castle built on lies," 50 Cent posted, doubling down. "When the truth comes, it always hurts the loudest one in the room," Cardi B tweeted, becoming cryptic once again. "That's family business," Fat Joe said live on Instagram, "but if there's a test, it's gone. Come on, Harlem isn't designed for secrecy." However, the most startling development occurred when a private group conversation purportedly between leaked were Chrissy and her companions. "I didn't want it to go this far," she wrote in it. "He's never going to be ready, but I couldn't keep it a secret any longer." Then came another message. "He departs if he does. In any case, I've been by myself in this for years." Every phrase was scrutinized by fans who questioned whether Chrissy was confessing to whether she was implying that Jim wasn't the father in the first place or whether she was prepared to raise the child without him. The Mama Joneses' return to the middle of the maelstrom only made the betrayal more messy. An insider claims that she challenged Jim head-on, saying, "Don't sit around here and let her make a fool of you. You better get that exam." Jim reportedly sobbed and smashed a glass against the wall during the altercation. The dispute was reportedly overheard by neighbors, who described the yelling as sounding like something from a movie. Supporters started sharing timelines of the relationship between Chrissy and Jim, from their numerous public arguments to the famous proposal that Chrissy turned down on. Hip-hop and love. It was all put together by one popular TikTok with the eerie message, "We should have known it would finish like this." However, another tape surfaced just when the internet believed it had the whole story. This one was lengthier and purportedly showed Jim and Chrissy fighting at their house. Jim's voice trembled with rage. "Why you? Let me discover this way. Why you tell the streets before I do?" Chrissy's voice shot back, sad but resolute. "Since you refuse to listen, Jim, you never pay attention." Muffled tears and slamming doors marked the conclusion of the tape. Twitter took off. Whether Chrissy was the victim or the villain was up for dispute among fans. Others contended that she was shielding herself from Jim's erratic behavior. Others vowed that she had betrayed them. The hashtags changed. It became a virtual battleground between Yawar Team Chrissy and Yawar Team Jim. When a gossip blog was released, the situation got out of hand. It said that the statements were straight from an individual close to manufacturing. "Jim is unraveling and breaking down in ways we've never seen before," the person claimed. Seen. "He is seldom eating or sleeping, and he constantly asking Chrissy for answers that she refuses to provide." Despite legal efforts to prevent it from airing, the cameras captured it all, and the internet devoured it. Another layer of pandemonium developed as fans waited impatiently to view the film, eager to see how awful things had gotten. Chrissy allegedly sent an unknown man a DMZ. The contents were hazy and the identities were redacted, but one message in particular caught our attention. "I don't know what I'd do without you since you've supported me in ways that he never has." Fans lost it. Was this evidence of adultery, or was it simply passionate outbursts? Background? TikTok investigators went crazy in their quest to find the mysterious guy, generating theories from industry insiders to former lovers. The story of treachery escalated to the point that fans began to speculate about Dipset. With subtitles like "The cracks were always there," old footage of Jim, Santana, Jowl, and Cameron appeared. The baby twist may even be related to long-standing conflicts within the group, according to some fans. The internet didn't care since the hypotheses were crazy and chaos sells. And then there was the shocking cliffhanger. Late one evening, a hazy picture of what seemed like the caption said, "DNA results delivered today," and it seemed to be a folded piece of paper on a tabletop. The fans went crazy. No one knew if it was staged or real. However, the prospect was enough to cause a rout on Twitter. Timeframes with a single, unanswered question. What will happen to Jim Jones next if the outcomes are real? It wasn't simply a trending picture of the folded piece of paper with the message, "DNA results delivered today." It split the internet in two, with social media exploding everywhere like a 5-alarm fire. Desperate for even a shred of confirmation, fans were checking timelines like junkies. Did Chrissy Lynn's blessing disclose the truth, or did it destroy a relationship? Did Jim Jones finally open the envelope? Decades in the making? Initially, there was stillness. Hours passed without any word from Jim. There was no mysterious Instagram post from Chrissy, and Mama Jones didn't even use the stray praying hands emoji. But insiders said that the quiet wasn't tranquility, but rather anarchy behind closed doors. When a production employee reportedly leaked a "he opened it," broke down, and flung the voice note of a crew member whispering, the paper across the room. Jim broke down. The world froze. The news wasn't good, and many expressed their anger and sadness on timelines. "This ain't even entertainment anymore," said one of the trending tweets. "This is watching a man's soul collapse in real time." TikTokers produced edits of Jim leaving hip-hop clashes and past romantic relationships, now accompanied by subtitles such as, "You ought to have left sooner." Then the shocking revelation. A grainy video purportedly taken outside Jim's condo showed him shouting into his phone, "Never call me again," as he stormed down the hallway. "Never say my name once more." He slammed a door so forcefully that the camera shook as the video drew to a close. Fans let out a scream. Was it Chrissy, the supposed mysterious man? Or worse, a producer who had been aware about the outcomes? Social media erupted before him, with a Noti Shizbab skyrocketing to the top of popular. Like wildfires, Instagram Lives appeared, with fans yelling at their one admirer wept on TikTok as I examined every leak and soundbite. "I'm shocked that it's ending this way. I grew up on Jim and Chrissy." Another went crazy, yelling. "Harlem is on fire." But right as supporters believed they, Mama Jones reappeared like a cyclone after seeing everything. Her voice could be heard on a phone conversation that was leaked and turned up hours later. Thundered, "I warned you she wasn't the right person. Now take a look at my son and what she did to him." The video became viral, like wildfire, solidifying Mama Jones as Harlem Fury's unadulterated voice. Supporters took her side, writing, "Mama Jones was correct all along." In any case, she was accused by others of adding fuel to her son's suffering. She was captivated. In the meantime, Chrissy took a last-ditch action of her own. Went live with a trembling voice and red eyes. "I didn't want this to. I can't control the reality, yet things always happen this way. Jim is my heart. Will be, but occasionally love is insufficient." Her remarks cut through the sounds like a knife. The remarks were harsh, and fans weren't buying it. "It's true. You ruined him. So quit sobbing and tell us who it is." Then followed the receipts after she abruptly halted the live stream, leaving more questions than answers. It blew everything up. Twitter purportedly received screenshots of the real DNA findings. The names are blurry, but the ominous statement is still visible. The probability of paternity is 0%. Timelines drowned, fans yelled into their screens, and the internet blew apart. Reactions: not his baby. Chrissy deceived us all. Jim Jones was irrevocably damaged. Jim remained silent, but silence was a confession in itself, and he vanished from social media entirely, deleting postings, disabling comments, and vanishing from the world, according to an insider. Evenings spent exploring Harlem by myself, with headphones blaring classics and a hoodie pulled down. This was his breaking point, the source claimed, and celebrities fueled the fires even more. 50 Cent was compelled to post, "Told y'all, man down." Cardi B shared a heartbreak emoji without a description, quickly garnering millions of likes. Common, who had been at odds with Jim for a long time, added insult to injury with a mysterious post. "Watch who he trusts," I told him. "Look now." Even competing reality stars said that Cam knew more than anybody was willing to acknowledge, despite fans accusing him of gloating. "Harlem loyalty ain't what it used to be," someone commented on a tweet. Erica Mena shared a lip-syncing video on TikTok with the caption, "Imagine being Chrissy." Beyoncé apologized. The celebrity responses only served to highlight the blazing hotter. However, the most unsettling development was the discovery of a last leak. Jim's voice, broken, raw, and devoid of all swagger, was purportedly a voicemail sent to a close friend. "I sacrificed everything for her, including my life, and she left me with nothing. I'm no longer built for this." The voicemail went viral. Wildfire. As they listened, fans were crying. One remark went viral, saying it all. Jim reached his breaking point. The story didn't conclude with a reunion with forgiveness, with a resolution straight out of reality TV. It ended in pain, quiet, and a permanent division of Harlem. The DNA findings shouted louder than any reunion broadcast could, despite fans' cries for clarification. One eerie notion persisted as the internet recapped the battles, the tears, and the disclosures. And that's where it stops. This was more than simply a controversy. It was the end of an era. Instead of a wedding and a happily ever after, there were broken trusts, DNA results that were released, and Jim Jones pushed himself to the limit. Chrissy's pregnancy twist wasn't only a controversy, it was a turning point. Earthquake that rocked Harlem, shattered the devotion of dipsets, and made fans reevaluate their entire conception of love, allegiance, and heritage. But don't assume that this story is over just yet. New leaks are coming out every hour. Rumor has it that Jim isn't finished talking, and more voice notes are coming to light. The internet will be engulfed in flames when he eventually speaks.